Hi, everyone, and thank you once again for joining me for Blended 101. I hope you've gotten a lot out of the mini lectures I've posted so far. In this lecture, we're going to be talking about a website I've been using for the last couple of years called Remind.com. Remind is an online notification website, which also has an app that allows you to send notifications directly to student devices and also enables them to write you back or to write you initially to ask with questions. And all of this can be done without giving out any phone numbers. So, I guess over the last few years, I've noticed that students are not as faithful about checking their school emails as they should be. And even though that's how we as adults communicate with one another professionally, students, these millennials, they're not communicating via email anymore, mostly text. And as we know, Instagram, and we know, other such social networking sites, Twitter and things like that. So giving a notification directly to the phone is very helpful when working with my students. It's also helpful when working with their parents. So I'll get into that a little bit too in this mini lecture. One of the concerns that comes up right away with using Remind.com is this idea of 24/7 access. And so, I've told students that you're using this responsibly. You must use it responsibly. I've explained to them that, they stay up later than I do. So if they don't start their homework until 10 o'clock at night, I'm not going to be up to answer any questions. So they're going to have to plan accordingly. And if they do have any questions, to reach out to me prior to my bedtime, which is 9:30, 10 o'clock. The other concern, and mostly I've gotten this from other teachers who are skeptical about using this, is, they're supposed to be responsible and remind themselves of these things. And I say, yes, they're supposed to be, but we're not dealing with students who are fully cooked. Their brains are still developing. They don't always remember things. They don't always remember to put the reminder in their own phones. So me giving them a clue here or there is what I consider to be part of my job as a teacher. So how do we use this? How can you use this, what is really a powerful and free notification website? Well, I use it in several different ways. Number one here, to clarify a homework assignment for students. A lot of times you'll get a lot of questions. I have, maybe I forgot something in a particular assignment, and I want to send out a notification to students saying, oh, by the way, this means this about a particular assignment. So that's very helpful. The second piece I've used it for is to connect with one student about a particular question he or she has, or I have about his or her assignment that maybe I'm grading at home or something. So you can contact individual students and then they can write you back. I'm going to skip to number 4 right now and tell you that one of the best ways to use this is to create some sort of challenge question, whether it's just a little bit of who was listening in class today, what did I say about this, or maybe it's an image race where they have to figure out, what is this that's in the picture, and they do a brief little mini research piece. So this can be a lot of fun, and it's totally volunteer, and maybe you give a couple of extra points in the next quiz, or maybe you don't. It could also lead into your sort of starter assignment for the next day. So it really does sort of connect night to the next day in class, which I kind of like that, sort of a jumping off point. For my elementary friends out there, I've talked a lot about how I use it at the high school level, but you can use it at the elementary level, even though students don't have their own devices yet, to contact parents. And it is a little bit different than having an email list, again, because of that instant notification, but also because you can, put it out, say all the first grade classrooms are planning the field trip to the aquarium, and you want to just put out a mass reminder about that. And one of the first grade class teachers takes that on as a responsibility. It is very helpful because, again, I don't check my email. People don't always get their email directly to their phone. So getting a notification is very helpful. I will say this, that the high school students do not appreciate their parents being on their remind list. But it's a very important part of connecting teacher student parent triangle, which is really what we need to do to give our students the best possible education. So I hope that you have gotten a lot out of these last few lectures. These are just three of, dozens out there, probably in the thousands out there of different free and open sources that you can use to blend your classroom. Keep in mind, you don't need to move away from your teaching methods that you like and that you love, that you believe are tried and true. It's just tweaks here and there that will help you engage students in a different way. And trust me, I do a lot of lecturing, I do a lot of blending as well. So it's really important to know that you don't have to jump into technology all at once. Actually, the smarter thing is, as I said before, think big, but really start small, one thing at a time, so as not to overwhelm. I encourage you to look into my other courses that I'm offering on blended teaching and learning. I'll be offering a course on Google Apps for Education, some of the more popular apps in that suite. And I'll be offering a several series class on flipping your classroom. Those of you who have always wanted to flip your instruction, this might be a place for you. So keep your eyes on the lookout for that. I've enjoyed speaking to you and with you and hearing from you. And I wish you all the luck that you can get in your classroom and in the school year. And stay in touch. Take care.